Hello, everyone. Welcome into another edition of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Tony Sapita, and I'm joined by my co-host Nick Barr. How you doing tonight, Nick?
Oh, I'm doing good, man. The juices are flowing. Big comeback win for the boys in red and white. Tony, I'm also a little bit excited. We got a giveaway coming up. We've been working with Benchmob, doing some exciting things there, and then we got another little something coming up. Tony's going to get into that here shortly, but I'm excited for that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So the giveaway we will be announcing the next couple of days. That'll probably come from Nick on Twitter. Not this Nick, the other Nick. You guys know the difference in the Knicks by now. So we will kind of get into more of that. It's exciting. We actually just delivered the Jalen Johnson jersey finally. Well, we didn't deliver it. The post office delivered it, but we sent it a while ago. That finally got delivered. So we're legit. We promise. If you enter the giveaways, one of you will win. So stay tuned for that. And speaking of people who always deliver, the Bench Mob, the brand, and the early 2010s vibes are back. The Bench Mob returns in 2021 with guys like Alex Caruso, Kobe White, Devontae Green, and Derrick Jones Jr., and Ayo Dosunmu. Still haven't learned how to say his name. Head over to www.benchmob.com to get your Bench Mob shirt, wristbands, and more. Use code J20, JAY20 to get 20% off your order. Portion of all sales goes to the Quiet Storm Foundation. That's CJ Watson's foundation he has been working with. So with that being said, let's kind of get into it. Little game recap. Nick, you kind of want to I guess we can just touch on the first half. We don't really have to go too deep into it.
Clap it up for a sec. Yeah. So first half, obviously we were playing a little sloppy. Turning the ball over way more than we were prior games. We had 11 turnovers at half. Celtics were taking advantage of that. It just kind of was feeling like their night, Tony, wasn't it? I mean, Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum were just, they were hitting everything. They were getting the crowd going. They were, hitting their threes at a pretty good rate. At one point I saw they were 15 for 24 from three after going 2 for 26 in the game before. So crazy how hey man, the NBA, man, this league, it's just this is how it goes. Game of runs. So obviously going into the second half, we're down by 8. We felt, Tony, I think we can all agree, we felt DeRozan was cooking up a special game right from the jump. I mean, you said it best. He has just the steadiest hand. He's always on balance, he's never shooting something crazy that, maybe a guy like Zach LaVine would love you, but it's just different playing styles. Right. So we're going into the third, not feeling great. It again, and it's still, the run kind of continued. It felt like it was just going to be the Celtics night. I was kind of, other years would have thrown in the towel. Okay. I probably would have changed and watched Succession, no free ads, my favorite show. I mean, really like that, but just knowing, seeing us kind of chip away, Ayo obviously providing an awesome spark, kind of getting us back in rhythm. And then, like you said, Tony, DeMar just always providing that steady hand. Whenever it felt like the game was getting away from us, he would bring us back. So what a game. What a game.
Heck of Tony, a game.
You want to get into some of the stats on the point swing? I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, we absolutely can. And real quick, like you said, in past years, it would have been like, well, all right, that's the third quarter, down 25. Literally anything else.
Monday Night Football is on. I mean,
I was just gonna say it. Monday Night Football was on, and I chose to watch the entire Bulls game instead of Monday Night.
Oh, close. I didn't even think about it. Yeah,
I was close. I gotta admit, I was close, but I will never doubt them again. Fair. I will also be betting them every time they go down more than 10 points in a future game. I will live bet the Bulls. I am an idiot for not taking advantage of that. But how did they come back, and how did they get there? What is the breakdown on that? I say we get into it. So there was, like you said, it was a game of runs. I know I got a couple stats, Nick. You can then say your stats. I know there was a point where I actually took a picture of it because I was going to tweet it, and then they just continued to score. But they had, I think it was with 5 minutes left, they had outscored the Celtics 29-9 in the fourth quarter. It ended up being, what was that, 38-13? I guess I should have
39-11 in the fourth, and then I mean, that the overall run to close the game with like a little bit of the third quarter sprinkled in there was a 38-9 run. Wait, that doesn't make sense. But yeah, that was
39-11 was the total outs, like the total fourth quarter, like box score, whatever. That's insane. They lost every quarter leading up to the fourth quarter, and at which they just blew them out of the water. They won by, I didn't even realize. I knew they won. I was like, oh, okay, wow. They kind of put a hurt on them. They won by 14.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that was,
I mean,
I thought it was like 8 or something. I kind of looked at it and hopped on to record. Insane.
It's a ridiculous swing. I will say I can relate to Levine a little bit. I'm playing injured. Okay, you see this? I cut the old thumb today. Yep. Never try to eat healthy. I was trying to cut up some veggies for once. So never gonna do that again. But clearly his frustrations kind of continue. He turned it up when he needed to, just like superstars do, like down the stretch a little bit. But again, a little tough watching him just be so frustrated, whether it's with the injury calls, his own shot. I mean, literally, I don't think I've ever seen more of the same shot. It was like Groundhog's Day. He was shooting and it would go in and out in like the same pattern. It'd go 1-2, boom, out. And the first half, I mean, that was just, we were getting robbed. Well, he was getting robbed. And that's just one of those things, man. That's the basketball guys. You can't do anything about that. And I would like to see him keep his composure, but I understand why he's frustrated. And he's playing a little hurt too. But again, that's why we got DeRozan, man. People are going to keep hating, I guess. I mean, I'd be surprised if they keep hating, but 37 points,
15 to 20
rebounds,
shooting,
15 to 20 shooting, which is a ridiculous percentage. So that's why we got him, man. That's why we have him. And we're already moving on to the Sixers, baby.
Yep. Absolutely. We're going Sixers back to back, I believe. Not back to back nights, but back to back games.
Back to back games, yeah.
Starting in Philly, then back to Chicago we go for the game after that. I believe we'll probably have a post game in there at some point. Hopefully Zach LaVine can have another bad game, score 26 points. I love that's so awesome that he has gotten to the point. Like, that's truly, I think he's a superstar. You could argue, if you really want to break it down, like what the actual threshold of superstardom is. But when everyone's like, oh, what an off night, only scored 26, that means you're a very good top tier basketball player. And I love that he's gotten to that point.
And oh yeah. And again, to be clear, that was more, I mean, I don't think you can say that after the game is over, but that was when we were ready to close the book.
Yes.
Third quarter, still wasn't shooting like a great percentage from the field. He ended up shooting 45% from the field, but that was, I mean, he was hitting some shots at the end. So, yeah, obviously, like you said, I mean,
he was 1 for 8 from 3. So that was off, but the fact that he was still able to make up for it. Love that.
And Tony, give you credit, dude. Those, now that you pointed it out, those Vucevic early shot clock threes, I'm just not in love with them. I know he has the green light and I don't think that should be taken away, but now I'm just like, I have my eyes glued to that now.
It kills me every time.
It's a killer.
No, just please don't.
It's a killer, man.
But eventually that'll come back to bite us, I'm sure. I feel it.
I hope so.
Kind of did against the Knicks, maybe you can argue. But then he also,
I hope he just gets
3. So
exactly. I mean, he's still, again, big players step up.
He's got to just shoot himself out of it. Honestly, we're gonna have to lose a game because he shoots a 3 like that. That's probably all. That's what it's gonna have to be. And if it happens early in the season, well, for the greater good, the ends justify the means. That's what I always. Do we want to talk a little Sixers, a little preview of the preview, or what do you think? For the people,
we can do it for the people, Tony.
Tobias
Harris playing pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Joel, obviously, we got to put bodies on him. Tony Bradley's gonna have to have a good game, I think. Tony Bradley Jr., however you guys prefer. Tony, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, it was gonna be kind of unrelated to Sixers, but the season ended today. I lost the league standings. The Sixers would be the 5 seed at 5-2. It's a very, very tight start to the year, I will say. The Nets are 4-3. They're the 8 seed right now. And the
losers.
Milwaukee. If the season ended today, Milwaukee would not only not finish top 8, they would finish outside the threshold for the play-in game. They're 3-4.
Sad.
I don't want to say that their season's over, but people are saying it. People are saying it. That's all.
Hate to see it.
the usual suspects at the bottom of the list: the Orlando Magic, the Detroit Pistons, and the Milwaukee Bucks. That's what they say. Back to the Sixers, if you want to do a little more Sixer talk. Sorry for getting us off track.
No, I mean, I just want to see him. I just want to see him do it. I just want to see him body up Joel. I want to see us not turn over the ball like that. That would be really cool. Because the Sixers can take advantage in a break. I don't know. What about you?
I agree. That was way too many turnovers. Yeah, the rebounding finally figured itself out at the end of the game, but there was still that one play. I think it was Marcus Smart grabbed that rebound, that offensive rebound, but it was just great defense.
That was a dagger. Yeah.
Thankfully it didn't end up mattering, but it was just one of those plays where, you could they worked so hard on defense. You can't let that happen. So again, they won. I'm so happy they won. I don't want that to be taken any other way. But there's still stuff to work on. There's stuff that we may get exposed on. Celtics haven't been playing great. They're 2-5 now. We still got a tough 10 game stretch. Got all the West Coast teams coming up after the Sixers, more or less. So I don't know.
Goes on.
Yep. And to finish things out, I've decided that this will be my punishment for myself for that. Poor Devin Dotson take or whatever, not knowing that he went to Kansas, thinking he went to Duke. I will I'm going to do a one-line serenade to Ayo Dosunmu because I love him so much. So
I didn't know this was coming.
Nick didn't know this was coming. I thot of this while I was
scripted, folks,
using the restroom prior to recording. So here we go. And Ayo will always love you. Ayo. That's it. That's the end. I'll think of something better
smart.
For the next time I have to do a punishment. We'll take some
play on words, folks.
We'll take some comments, and that's all I got, folks. I'm not creating that.
That was great. No, that was great.
Thought about dumping water on myself, slapping myself, but that just felt aggressive and not that funny. So hopefully you enjoy.
Probably what I would have done. So that was good. That was good.
And so I guess with that'll do it for another episode of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Tony Sapita. Thank you again to my co-host Nick Barr. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Until next time, Bulls fans, keep seeing red.